Adopting a retired canine brought its own advantages, particularly for Tammy, a woman maneuvering through the tough streets of Memphis. However, her hopes were dashed when she encountered a menacing figure blocking her way at a convenience store. The reaction of her new loyal companion was not only unexpected but also astonishing. In the alleys of Memphis, danger was everywhere, and Tammy had faced many scary situations. As a young single woman, she often became a target for people with bad intentions on the streets. To make things worse, her relationship had ended, leaving her heartbroken and without a place to live. Struggling with money, she had to move to one of the city's most dangerous neighborhoods because she couldn't afford anything else. It was a tough situation she couldn't change right away, forcing her to prepare for life's challenges. Living in her new neighborhood was hard for Tammy. Since she arrived, she had been robbed twice and faced ongoing harassment and stalking. A close call with being kidnapped had left her shaken, and she was only saved by the pepper spray she carried. Tammy felt uneasy all the time and a bit trapped. But in the midst of all this, a spark of hope appeared. One day, she visited the local animal shelter, hoping to find a cat to keep her company. Instead, she noticed a worn-out German Shepherd brought in by a police officer. When she learned that the dog was a retired police dog in need of a new home because of neglect, Tammy's mind filled with possibilities. A solution to her problems had just come her way. Interrupting the officer as he spoke to the shelter staff, Tammy seized the opportunity, pouring out her story and pleading to adopt the dog. The officer, seemingly indifferent to the details, readily agreed, more interested in disposing of the animal than in understanding Tammy's motives. Though shocked by the officer's lack of curiosity, Tammy was happy that she was able to adopt the dog. Bella, the dog who swiftly became Tammy's new companion, wielded an undeniable influence from the moment they stepped out together. As they walked the streets, the usual unwanted attention and calls from men ceased, replaced by respectful nods and quick apologies when interruptions occurred. With Bella at her side, Tammy felt enveloped by a sense of invincibility and security, which she had been lacking in her new neighborhood. The tides were finally turning in her favor. When they got home, Tammy eagerly introduced Bella to her new surroundings, only to find that the dog's response was not as enthusiastic as she had expected. Bella's demeanor made her look restless. She held her tail low and inspected every nook and cranny of her new home. It seemed to Tammy that the habits of being a police dog die hard. When night fell, Bella became a bit more restless and wandered around the house all night. In the morning, Tammy found the dog sprawled out on the couch, sleeping comfortably and peacefully. Once again, Tammy thought that Bella was used to her schedule as a police dog, so she understood that the habit might take a while to change. Determined to establish a new routine so Bella could provide her with company during the day, Tammy decided to hold off on going out until Bella was awake. That afternoon, when Bella finally woke up, the sun was already setting, and Tammy felt apprehensive about going out. However, she needed to go to the nearby convenience store, which made her nervous. That was one of the places where she had been robbed before, and she knew that many other people had been robbed there as well. It was very easy for the criminals because there were no cameras around, and the police had done nothing about all the reports that had been made regarding the issue. There was no other convenience store in the area though, so Tammy and everyone else in the neighborhood didn't have much of a choice but to keep using it. When she and Bella approached the convenience store, there was no one standing in line, just a couple of people around. But Tammy felt safe with Bella by her side, and the dog was on high alert as they approached the store, ensuring that no one got too close to them. As she walked away from the convenience store, Tammy felt eyes on her and noticed that Bella kept looking back. It was clear someone was following them, but Tammy kept walking. She felt safe with Bella there, but she hurried back home. As she approached her house, two men with hoods over their heads walked toward her, and they didn't look friendly at all. Tammy froze and drew Bella close to her. At first, the dog didn't do anything, but as the men got closer, Bella began to growl and bare her teeth at them. The men quickly crossed the street and walked away. Tammy was very relieved, and when they got home, she gave Bella extra treats. For the next few nights at Tammy's home, Bella's behavior was basically the same. She was very active at night, and whenever she heard police sirens, it felt like she was waiting to be picked up. One night, Tammy needed to go to the convenience store again, so she brought Bella with her. When they got there, two people were lurking outside the store, so Tammy decided to take a short walk around the block to see if they moved along. When she returned, the convenience store was empty except for a man standing a few feet away with his hood over his head. Tammy hesitated but finally decided to go in anyway. As she approached the store, Bella was unsure at first. She was on alert and seemed very interested in the man, sniffing intensely in his direction. After Tammy finished her shopping and stepped out of the store, the man with the hoodie began to approach. Tammy's heart started to pound in her chest, but Bella wasn't doing anything. She didn't want to move, and Tammy didn't want to leave her behind. Tammy tried calling Bella's name, which got the dog's attention. Then Bella started growling at the man, who was behaving very strangely. If he wanted to rob her, he wasn't doing a very good job. Eventually, Tammy had enough and gave Bella's leash a hard tug. Bella finally realized she wanted to leave and obeyed, but the strange man came running in Tammy's direction. He was very fast, and Tammy screamed in shock. She tried to run away, but the man blocked her path. She held her purse and Bella's leash tightly, hoping Bella would come to her senses and do something to scare the man away. Tammy knew she had to get out of there quickly. She didn't want to find out what that man was up to. She turned away, but the man quickly rushed to face her again. Whenever she moved, he moved to block her path, getting even closer. Tammy took a step back, and when she noticed the man standing still, she thought it was a good opportunity to run. Just as she was about to do that, Bella moved forward to approach him. Tammy tightened the leash, but that only made things worse. Bella began whining and pulling to get closer to the man. She pulled so hard that the leash slipped from Tammy's hand and she screamed. Tammy didn't want her dog to hurt the man, just to scare him enough for them to get home safely. What was Bella doing? Instead of attacking, the dog surprised Tammy by running up to the man and jumping into his arms. The man laughed and easily caught Bella. She started licking his face, and as his sweatshirt fell open, it revealed a very ordinary old man. The man finally spoke, explaining that he was a former police officer and that Bella had been his partner. He had seen Tammy and Bella around and recognized the dog. He didn't mean to frighten Tammy. He just wanted to say hello to Bella. They chatted for a while, and Tammy decided to arrange a meetup every other week with the man so he could spend time with Bella. How kind of him. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.